Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Best Trivia. We're joined by Thomas as always, and we are doing predictions for Best Director. And this is an interesting one because, like, is it Nolan's Oscar? Is it just his Oscar? We'll see. But let's get into it. Because there has been a lot of love for Martin Scorsese.
There has been. I mean, the campaign, it writes itself. It's Martin Scorsese with a potentially career best, according to some people. It's been a while since he won for The Departed. I don't think there is a chance that you can say, oh, it's too soon after he won the first one. No, Alfonso Cuarón won it back to back. Like, Martin Scorsese can definitely win another Oscar.
Inarritu won back to back.
Inarritu, not Cuarón. Sorry,
Not you being racist.
No, just slightly wrong. Where was I? But yes, there is Martin Scorsese can win another Oscar and is potentially overdue even another Oscar at this point for his work.
He should have two. Let's be serious, people.
Exactly.
But let's also be serious. Nolan should have one.
Exactly.
And I'm not even a big Nolan fan.
One either.
I don't like Nolan
as well. So
yeah.
It's two very strong competitors. I don't think. I mean, we'll talk about the other competitors later. I don't think anyone else is really in line to win. I don't.
No, people think Yorgos is winning.
That doesn't really make much sense. Like, if he's gonna, that just doesn't really work. So yeah, I do think we are down to Chris Nolan and Martin Scorsese, and it's a very interesting tussle. I think the text could be enough to sway it to Nolan, just to ground support for every aspect of production. Might be enough, but equally, the narrative is potentially stronger for Scorsese. Even though Nolan's very overdue, potentially, as you've talked about before, that can be funneled into screenplay.
Let's think about precursors here. Who's going to win precursors? Who's going to win the Golden Globe? Nolan, right?
Most likely Nolan.
I'd be predicting Nolan right now.
Yeah, I'd say the Globe's more likely to go for Oppenheimer than Killers, yeah.
Critics' Choice is going to be Nolan, I think.
Yeah, I think DGA would be Scorsese.
And then BAFTA is going to be Nolan.
BAFTA would be Nolan, which I think sways it to Nolan.
Which is why I think I'm leaning towards Nolan.
Yeah.
But, here's the thing. And, I think, Scorsese could also take Globe. But I think Scorsese wins at least a precursor.
Maybe. Did Spielberg win any last year?
Globe.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Martin Scorsese could just be the Spielberg of this year.
What if he wins Globe and then?
Or if he wins the Globe? Yeah, exactly. I could see that happening. Maybe he does just turn into the Spielberg where, again, Spielberg hasn't won Best Director for a long time. This is whatever.
But he didn't have the same love as Scorsese is having right now.
No, but it is a similar situation. And again, we are in the midst of Killers buzz and love.
Right.
It was just after the film. Will this momentum sustain? I don't know. I think by December time, we could be seriously talking again about Oppenheimer. It's re-releasing in IMAX. There could be another ground support there. So
no, I think we stick with Nolan for now.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we stick with Nolan for now. I think we figured that out while recording. Yeah. But Scorsese's a very strong number two.
Yeah,
very strong.
Agreed.
Okay, Yorgos. He's there.
Number 3.
Absolutely getting nominated.
Yeah.
A big lock, not going to win.
No. It just feels unlikely. I mean, you said the film itself is not very Academy accessible, maybe.
It's accessible. It just it's. I think there's enough in it to turn enough people off that it won't be winning Best Picture. And he just also doesn't have a narrative that compares to the top two.
No. For sure.
Narrative just seems to be the way to go for predicting.
Yeah, and even if Poor Things does start to pick up picture buzz, it feels like screenplay and lead actress are where the majority.
And supporting actor, I feel like it can win Best Picture without
even winning. Yeah. I just don't feel. I feel like Scorsese and Nolan are just too big of contenders.
It doesn't feel necessary.
I think every other narrative or every other nominee potential candidate will just get shut out a little bit.
So then the rest of this category.
I still feel good about Pain.
Yeah, I feel fine about Pain, and I want Pain number 4.
Yeah, 100%. I still think if Holdovers is a thing, which I think it will be,
if his movies get in the Best Picture, he gets in the Best Director.
He gets in the Best Director. It is also a barely directed film, much more so than The Descendants or any other sort of Alexander Payne film. Yeah. This is much more heavily stylized. There is a directorial vision behind it. And yeah, he also wrote the screenplay, which I know should only factor into screenplay, but let's be honest, the auteur vision of it will factor into categories like director as well. So yeah, I feel good about this one.
Yeah. No. And then okay.
Yeah.
You got Greta Gerwig for Barbie. This could happen. However, historically, they don't like to go for the big movie. We saw this Denis Villeneuve Dune.
I thought you were going to say historically they don't like to go for women, which is
Well, that too,
very
but
true.
but
Yeah.
like, that's just everybody knows that. But like, I mean, Denis Villeneuve Dune, right?
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan for Inception. Even going back to like Steven Spielberg got snubbed for Jaws, okay?
Yeah.
And he got, what did he get snubbed for? He got snubbed for like an art house pick. I think he got snubbed for Fellini, I want to say.
Right.
Like Barbie is like the box office movie of the year. That's why like Joseph Kosinski didn't happen last year for Top Gun Maverick. The box office thing of the year doesn't, they just, the director's branch doesn't like to go for it. They like to go for their artsier picks. And also they don't like women.
No,
So
which is the other reason why I don't think like Celine Song could very well happen
he
if
might be my
Parasites
number
becomes
one personal choice.
big. Exactly, but I think the problem is you maybe don't come away from the film talking about her directorial vision. Like, obviously, I think you should. I think, as you say, one of the best
Yeah,
films of the year.
it
But
isn't
like,
as obvious, but like I trust the director's brain.
yeah, and it's also quite. It's quite a quiet direction. It's not showy really as much as other things. So yeah, I just don't know if Celine Song and Past Lives to Passion is there for that pick to happen. Therefore, I think her and Greta Gerwig are just sort of on the sidelines here. They're
I
just
mean,
looking in.
if we're speaking of women, Justine Triet would be
Would
in my
be
first pick.
deserving. Would be maybe winning for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
winning.
Like astonishing work. Like guys, this film's gonna perform so well at our like personal awards if we do them. Like Jesus, this movie.
Yeah.
No, Justine Triet would be incredible. Like there is the concern though, like when they go for these can picks and these auteur picks, they like to go for somebody with a body of work behind them. That is not Justine Triet. And if she got in, it would just because her work is just that good. And like
Yeah.
it is just that good. It's just a matter of like how much is Neon able to campaign? How much are they able to get people behind it? Yes, they got Ruben Ostlund out there, but Ruben Ostlund, like he's Ruben Ostlund. Like he'd already been nominated in international feature a couple times. Like I mean, and they're trying to campaign. I just saw on Twitter they're doing like Neon's like putting up like interview like fun little like getting to know Justine Triet interviews or whatever.
Yeah.
Like where she talked about she keeps her palm door in her bathroom like sitting on like a toilet or something. It's very funny.
Nice.
But like I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't know if the passion will be there to give it. And directing, it's the same thing with Past Lives. I think the things you maybe come away from the film talking about are Sandra Hüller and the excellent screenplay, which
Yeah,
could maybe shut out here. No, and then the other from director, I mean, the other one we'll get to, obviously, I think, are number 5. But then you've got Jonathan Glazer, who's still there.
wait,
And
did we agree on one?
I think we agreed on one before off air.
We'll see.
Okay.
I don't
I guess
know.
we'll see.
I might disagree with myself from off air.
Okay.
But yeah, there's Jonathan Glazer, which
Yeah.
there's Zone of Interest. Like, is this gonna do anything though?
Well, exactly. I don't know. Like, it was at one point the critically acclaimed film of the year. The one that, yeah, it's obviously it's 98%.
But now there's a lot of critically acclaimed films.
Now there's a lot of critic picks, so I just don't know if Glazer really, and there isn't much of a narrative there. He's not very overdue for an Oscar nom. He's just not an Academy-friendly director.
That's the
Some
body of
directors are.
work though, which is the thing. And like
He has the body of
could see the
work,
direct,
but
like there's a world where this can still get a Best Picture nomination.
maybe I'd be unlikely to.
It would just
try.
need a bunch of number one votes.
It would need a yes, yeah. It would need a good public reception as well. Like some of the public would need to go for it. I feel like when it comes out, the reception might really hurt it from the.
Then there's also Bradley.
Then there is also Bradley. Yeah.
For Maestro.
Can't forget about.
Which maybe.
I guess the question is, will he be honoured for both his acting and directing, or will
he got
most of the
snubbed
passion
for
to him?
Stars Born.
Exactly. I think we could see a similar example. Although this does look more stylized than A Star Is Born.
He's doing black and white. It's going to get a cinematography nomination. There's correlation.
Yeah.
So I think the thing that you're going to say that I agreed to that I don't know if I necessarily agree with anymore is Wim Wenders.
Yeah.
So we have it winning international feature right now, Perfect Days, and it is also my favorite film of the year, and you should all go watch it because it's perfect. But like Wim Wenders could make sense here.
I think if it's winning international, I think it makes a lot of sense.
My concern is that we're already predicting Anatomy of a Fall to be getting picture, screenplay, actress. Is Neon going to do enough in their campaign to?
Oh, it's Neon as well.
It's Neon as well. Which is my concern because are they going to be able to do enough to do that, like an Anatomy of a Fall and picture, screenplay, actress, but then also try to campaign Wim Wenders to like really, really hard to get that direction?
I forgot it was Neon. I did forget it was Neon.
And that's my concern. Like if it wasn't Neon, I'd feel a lot better about this. But why wouldn't they just try to push Justine Triet at that point?
Yeah. I think there is a fairly strong case you could make about Justine Triet.
That's kind of where I'm leaning at this point.
The more we talk about it,
maybe Like, I think maybe her work is just that good.
Potentially. Like, it wouldn't make much. I don't think it would make sense to go Bradley Cooper and just have the lineup of 5 best picture contenders. Like,
I think he's a lot stronger than we thought.
yes, no, for
And
sure,
I
for
also
sure.
want Vin
But
Vendors,
the
like,
director's
around here.
branch often do something a bit more out there. Like, they don't just go for 5 major pitch contenders.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
and here, like, the thing with Vin Vendors Perfect Days, because, like, I mean, that film doesn't have to get Best Picture for this to happen. It could very easily be another one. It could very easily be Cold War. Like, there's been
yeah,
plenty of examples of international filmmakers who have gotten in without their films before. Okay, this happens. And the thing with Vin Vendors is Cannes Film won an award at Cannes for Koji Yakusho with acting. Okay, it is really, really good. It will, like, it will make you emotional, but it's also
yeah,
very artsy, and it does some, like, interesting things with form, but not, like, too crazy. And, like, it ticks a lot of boxes where, like, you could be saying, like, okay, is it like Drive My Car, right? And, like, he is Vim Vendors,
yeah.
and we do think this film is winning Best International Feature at this point. So is a lot of strong arguments, and maybe it doesn't need the campaigning. But
Yeah, I mean, it isn't Neon. I mean, Neon are fairly decent at campaigning. If they realise that Trio potentially won't happen. But I don't know. I don't think that makes sense. I think the only thing that would logistically make sense is that Neon just put their eggs into Trio and
right,
break through any noise.
but, like, nobody's doing Vim Vendors right now, and I think there is a very compelling argument you can make. Like, if
You
if
can.
you if you don't think Zone of Interest is winning Best International Feature, which a lot of people don't at this point, because it's, like, apparently it's weird.
Yeah.
Like Sam, who's on this channel a lot, saw it. It's his favorite movie of the year, and he's adamantly told me it's not getting a single Oscar nomination. Okay, like, it, if that isn't, like, getting nominated anywhere, right? And if we're looking for this international choice, Vim Vendors makes so much sense for a Cannes director with a film that can win international feature,
Yeah.
with who's, like, an auteur with a lot of work behind him, very respected. Like, Vim Vendors makes sense. I'm just concerned about the campaign for him. And also, we just, like, if he starts picking up awards at Critics Group, then I will put him in.
Yes. Agreed.
At
Agreed.
least
I
the Critics
think we've got a case where Trier has the right film, but Perfect Days has the right director. Where, it's sort
Yeah,
of a toss up 50-50 as to which one you think is more important in this case. But I
because
don't
and
know.
here's the thing.
I'd go Trier.
Here's
I'd go
here's the thing
Trier.
that I want us to consider for a moment. So the Academy didn't get to pick what France submitted. If France submitted
No,
Anatomy of a Fall, we would all be in agreement that Anatomy of a Fall is obviously winning international feature.
for sure.
And if that was the case, if it was a runaway and we were already predicting for screenplay and actress, I feel like we'd be a bit more comfortable saying Justine Triet here.
Yes. No. Agreed. Agreed.
And
So
that
I
was
guess we
something that
should
the
just take
Academy had
that
no
into
control
account.
over.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel fine having Justine Triet, but I want to put Vin Vendors at, like, 6. Because I really think that there's a compelling narrative and argument that can be made around Vin Vendors. I just want to wait, because, like, he's probably going to get a BAFTA nomination.
Yeah.
Like, let's be serious. Vin
Yeah.
Vendors probably going to get a BAFTA nomination. And it's just a matter of if that BAFTA can come along with enough critic support to the point where, like, people are getting out
Yeah.
to, like, support
Yeah.
this.
And I think the only other one is just in case Color Purple, which you mentioned before. Big question mark.
Yeah.
Blitzbuzz will need a mention just in case.
Just in case. But yeah, I think that's where we're at right now. Like, after Justine and then, Vin Vendors, like, that's where I think that you can slide in, like, Greta and
Yeah.
Bradley and Celine Song and, all these people. But it's a category.
It is.
It's
It certainly is. There's not a clear winner. There's a couple fairly clear noms, and there's not a clear 5th spot. But
yeah.
it's an interesting category nonetheless. It's very, very interesting.
I'm gonna pick up Vin Vendors on Gold Derby because, like, nobody thinks this is happening, and, like, even
fair.
though I don't have him in, like,
Yeah.
I think there's an argument to be made. There's an argument.
There is. If it's winning international feature, then for sure.
Then, like, yeah. But anyways, those are our thoughts on Best Director. You can go back and watch our acting videos, and also stay tuned for more prediction videos. But until next time, you can support the SAG strikes and links in the description, as well as following us on social media if that's something you're interested in. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.